Werewolves, creatures that straddle the line between human and beast, have inhabited human imagination for centuries, shaped by myths, fears, and cultural beliefs. From divine curses to shamanic rituals, their origins vary, but the essence remains the same. Transformation under the full moon, symbolizing the conflict between civilization and savagery. Below, we'll explore the top 10 types of werewolves, diving into their appearances, origins, and sightings around the world. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. 1. Classic European werewolf, loup-garou. In a medieval French forest under the full moon, villagers trembled at the sound of guttural howls. Gilles Garnier, a hermit, was accused in 1573 of transforming into a shaggy wolf with yellow eyes and razor-sharp claws, preying on children. Legend says he made a demonic pact, leading to his execution at the stake. In England, the werewolf was seen as a man cursed for his sins, prowling on 2 legs. The myth traces back to Greece with Lycaon, punished by Zeus, before spreading across Europe, fueled by witch trials and folklore. Sightings in German villages, like that of Peter Stump, 1589, reinforced the belief in a beast that blurred the line between man and wolf, haunting the night. 2. Brazilian werewolf, southern variant. In Joanópolis, São Paulo, a gaunt, hunched figure with patchy gray fur and glowing red eyes prowls cemeteries under the full moon. Legend claims it's the 7th son of a cursed family, transformed into a werewolf for lacking baptism. In 1985, Osmar Nascimento photographed a hairy silhouette on a rural road, reigniting the lore brought by Portuguese settlers. Across southern Brazil, the creature is said to raid chicken coops and howl at crossroads, a remnant of colonial superstition blended with local folklore. With human-like hands and a wiry frame, it embodies the fear of hidden sins festering in isolated villages. To a Nordic werewolf, Ulfhednar. In the frozen lands of Scandinavia, Viking warriors cloaked themselves in wolf pelts, slipping into trances to fight like beasts. The Ulfhednar, distinct from berserkers, channeled the spirit of the grey wolf, their wild eyes gleaming through the snow. 9th century sagas describe them howling mid-battle, axes in hand, as if caught between man and animal. Theirs was not a physical transformation, but a spiritual one, tied to Norse shamanic rituals. Accounts of warriors sprinting through icy forests, half shrouded in fur, fueled the myth of a battle-hungry werewolf, feared and revered in Odin's realm. 4. Greek werewolf, lycanthrope. In the wilds of Arcadia, Greece, King Lycaon served human flesh to Zeus and was cursed to live as a wolf. Under the moon, he wandered as a lean, tawny beast with human eyes full of torment. The historian Pausanias,
2nd century CE, tells of Demarchus, an Olympic boxer transformed for 9 years after a profane sacrifice.
Here, the myth of lycanthropy was born. Not mere savagery, but divine retribution. Unlike the brutish werewolves of Europe, the Greek lycanthrope carries a tragic grace, his form a reflection of a fallen king. Sightings describe him haunting rocky hills, his howls not of rage, but eternal sorrow. 5. Russian werewolf, volkodlak. In the frozen expanse of the Russian tundra, a hulking creature with frost-gray fur and smoldering red eyes would rise from the ice. The volkodlak, rooted in Slavic lore, was said to be a sinner or witch cursed by God, transformed into a wolf to atone for their crimes. By the 17th century, peasants told of livestock torn apart by a hunched, winter-adapted beast, its elongated snout and unnatural strength marking it as something far from human. Unlike Western werewolves, the volkodlak's animalistic traits dominated, stripping away nearly all humanity. When the full moon rose, its guttural howls cut through pine forests, carrying terror into the remote villages of Russia, Ukraine, and Belarus. 6. Portuguese werewolf, Lobus homum. At a lonely crossroads in Portugal, a pale, gaunt man writhes under the moonlight, transforming into a small, tawny wolf with yellow eyes. Legend claims he is the seventh son, doomed to visit 7 locations in a single night as his curse. In 1882, ethnographer J. Leite de Vasconcelos documented tales of these agile figures howling along deserted roads. Unlike other werewolves, the Lobish homum retains eerie human traits: thick eyebrows, a mournful gaze, mirroring Catholic folklore's themes of sin and divine punishment. Sightings near olive groves paint it as less a predator, more a doomed wanderer, bound to its fate by bloodline or betrayal. 7. North American werewolf, Navajo skinwalker. In the deserts of Arizona, a shadowy figure cloaked in a poorly fitted wolf pelt darted across the sands at unnatural speed, its void black eyes glinting under the moonlight. The Yi Nald Lushi, a Navajo witch who defies sacred taboos, does not transform by curse, but by choice, wielding dark magic to wear the skins of beasts. Modern accounts, 20th century onward, describe distorted silhouettes lurking near remote ranches, limbs too, long movements too fluid, radiating an aura of wrongness. Unlike European werewolves, the skinwalker is no mindless monster. It is a sorcerer, its power drawn from violation and malice. Sightings in the southwestern U.S. blur the line between ancient Diné traditions and modern terror, leaving hoofprints where paws should be and whispers where howls ought to echo. Romanian werewolf, Varkolac. In the shadow of the Carpathian Mountains, a monstrous wolf with jet-black fur and eyes like smoldering coals howled at the blood-red moon. The Varkolac, a creature steeped in Transylvanian lore, is no mere cursed man, but a shapeshifter born of dark witchcraft, often blurred with vampire myths. In 1890, writer Emily Gerard recorded accounts of these half-wolf, half-human abominations stalking villages, their twisted muzzles still eerily human. Unlike Western werewolves, the Varkolac was said to devour the moon itself in ancient myths, its brute strength dwarfed only by its supernatural hunger. To this day, fog-draped forests whisper of its presence, a towering black-maned terror that embodies Romania's Gothic soul. 9. African werewolf, Buddha. Under the vast Ethiopian night, a hunched figure with patchwork hyena fur and a grotesque, jutting jaw let out a guttural laugh. The sound of the Buddha, a shape-shifting blacksmith or sorcerer who prowled for corpses, or unwary travelers. Month-century oral traditions from East Africa tell of encounters with these yellow-eyed tricksters, feared less for brute strength than for their unnatural cunning. Unlike European werewolves, the Buddha is a hyena hybrid, its form mirroring local predator lore. On moonless nights, it slunk through villages, a supernatural scavenger woven into the darkest threads of Ethiopian and Tanzanian folklore, where metalworkers were whispered to command dark magic, and laughter in the dark meant teeth at your throat. Hunger. To this day, fog-draped forests whisper of its presence, a towering black-maned terror that embodies Romania's Gothic soul. 10. Mexican werewolf, Nagual. Deep in the Mexican rainforest, a shaman knelt under the moon, his body twisting into a wolf with shimmering blue-black fur and molten gold eyes. This was the Nagual, a shapeshifter rooted in Aztec tradition, capable of blessing or blighting with its mystic power. 3rd century rural accounts speak of shadowy figures near ancient ruins, their forms shifting in a breath. Unlike cursed werewolves, the Nagual chooses transformation, serving as either guardian or omen. In remote villages, its presence lingers like a relic of Mesoamerican gods, a bridge between the human and divine, where the boundary between beast and deity blurs under the jungle's emerald Tanzanian folklore, where metalworkers were whispered to command dark magic, and laughter in the dark meant teeth at your throat. Hunger. To this day, fog-draped forests whisper of its presence, a towering black-maned terror that embodies Romania's Gothic soul. One fact none of us can deny is that in various parts of the world, at different times, there has always been a man who turns into a wolf or something similar during the full moon, sometimes due to a curse, greed, or a severe punishment. Yet these creatures have always been in our minds. I ask you, do you believe they exist? Don't forget to subscribe to our channel.